Welcome to Parenting Boys Q&A episode 14 with Coach Abibo Berepele. Today we have a question. It said, "Hi Coach Abibo, thank you so much for the values you add to parents and sons. My son often compares himself to others and feels inadequate. How can I help him build his self-esteem and focus on his own strength?" Now, one thing I often say is the environment you raise your son will influence his esteem. Sometimes as parents, we don't know that we are the ones that make our sons compare themselves with others. So you always compare your son with others, you always criticize him, you always talk bad at him or talk bad of him. That way your son feels like he's good for nothing, he's not enough, he's worthless, his gifts or his skills are not appreciated. So it limits his ability to think right of himself, and it will make him compare himself with others. So how do you handle this? If you create a healthy environment, your son will feel loved, accepted, and significant. That way it will increase his self-esteem and will help him not to compare himself with others. So there are a few things you have to do. Number one, celebrate his strength. Yes, your son has strength. Stop focusing only on his weakness. Learn to celebrate his strength. Regularly acknowledge and celebrate his unique talents and accomplishments. Focus on what he does well. Appreciate it. Yes. If he's doing well with academics, appreciate it. If he's doing well with sports, appreciate it. If he's doing well with house chores, appreciate it. Don't just be complaining alone. Complaining alone would not transform your son. Learn to appreciate what he does right, and guess what? It will improve his esteem and improve himself, and it will not deprive him of anything good. Number two, encourage self-reflection. Help him identify his own strength and interest. Your son is good at some things, but he does not know. Encourage him to set personal goals based on his strength and interest. So he may be very good with speaking, but he's not good with acting. Help him to focus on his strength, his abilities, the things he is good at. Alright? The more he focuses on the things he's good at, the less he will focus on the things he's not good at. And that way, it will increase his esteem and reduce comparison and competition. The third thing you have to do is model positive self-talk. Yes, teach your son how to talk to himself positively and replace negative self-talk by the way you talk to him and the way you talk to yourself. Model this behavior by speaking positively about yourself and others. Show him to say things like affirmation. At the Boys Mentorship Academy, we have affirmations. So in each of our mentorship month, we have affirmations that we use on the boys. The boys begin to affirm things. We send it to the boys, we send it to their parents. These are affirmations that help them see themselves as valuable, as solutions. Like we say, I'm a responsible champion, savior, and king. I'm a positive influence in my world. I'm a blessing to my generation and not a burden. I'm a solution that can help others become better versions of themselves. So we set different affirmations at different points. So learn to tell your son who he is. Let him affirm himself. The more he does that, it will increase his esteem and reduce his desire to compete with others and compare himself. Now, the other thing you need to do is limit comparison. Yes, sometimes we feel like, I want to motivate him by comparison. Comparison will not create positive motivation many times, especially when it's negative comparison. Can't you see? And when you do that, you are actually limiting his esteem. So encourage him to focus on his own progress rather than comparing himself with others. Remind him that he's loved, he's special, he's unique. Do that regularly so that he can focus on his strengths, and then he can improve in his area of weakness. The more he focuses on his strength, the more he will improve in his area of weakness. Then provide support. Offer consistent support and encouragement. Be there to listen to him and guide him through difficult times, reinforcing his worth and potential. Boys want to hear that they are loved. In fact, let me say it. The more you fill your son's love bank, the more his esteem builds. It increases his worth, confidence, identity, and esteem. That way, your son will thrive and stand out and become more responsible, productive, purposeful, and successful. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and share these values with other parents, because together we'll raise responsible boys who will positively transform their world and thrive.